minutes, okay, it's fine, but... Okay, so be brief, ask question to Dr. Bhargava. Only to Dr. Bhargava. I think it will not be more than 3 or 4 maximum. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll take you to
First.
Yeah.
Another Venkat Reddy. I think lot been talked about common school system, neighborhood and common school system. అది థియరిటికల్ గా చాలా మంది చెప్తున్నారు కానీ ఇప్పుడున్న ఎక్స్పాన్షన్ ఆఫ్ ప్రైవేట్ స్కూల్స్ అది వయబుల్ అనేది ప్రశ్న ఎప్పుడు వస్తుంది. ఐఎమ్ ఆల్సో పుట్టింగ్ టు భార్గవ గారు. టూ, ఈజ్ ఇట్ వయబుల్ ఎకనామికల్లీ? Is it really not affordable by the state? Is it that much of unaffordable? These two things, every time we come up with these issues, I want to know these things on common school. And the perception of the parents, once you say you go to that particular school, it's compulsory and it's non-negotiable. If the state tells us, what is the reaction from the communities?
Well, the Bihar experience shows us that these are not problems. In fact, they even had these madrasas agreed to be part of the common school system. So it is viable, it is practiced. Many countries of the world, almost all countries of the world, have a common school system or a system like that. So the Bihar report has shown it is practical and can be done in the country. Financially, it's certainly viable. Of course, we need to spend 6% of the GDP on education, as mentioned here as well. Once we do that, we have no problem at all. And I think that's the only solution, unless you have a common school system in this country. You will never have government schools. Be good schools.
Yeah, gentlemen.
I'm Rajendra Reddy. My question is, most of the speakers mentioned the accessibility of higher education to the rural side. So my question is, most of the higher education, the center of gravity is around Hyderabad. So around Hyderabad, most of the higher education. So is it the time we should put a moratorium where no further new institution should be started in Hyderabad,
yes,
so that other places can be funded? What is your comment?
Well, there is no question. If you want accessibility, then the higher education institutions should be distributed. But I'd like to make one additional point, and that is means independent access to education. What does this mean? If we have a common test, like ETS in the United States, for all universities, you appear at the test and the university admits you. Once the university admits you on the basis of your earlier record, then it's the job of the university to find you means. In the sense that you don't have to suffer because you don't have the means for education system, for higher education. And this is the part of the Yashpal Commission report. So I didn't have time I didn't deal with it. But this is all detailed in the Yashpal. The report is one of the best reports ever submitted to the government.
Yeah. Any questions? This third question, he answered. No, later you can answer once he finishes.
No, always. I would like to know that in this crisis, we have to see the public demands or intellectuals' knowledge to solve the problem of present crisis and education. Generally, that means medium. Parents will ask to English medium. Whether English medium we have to take or mother tongue in the education.
See, we have to recognize that English today is an international language. If you know English, the whole wide world is open to you. If you don't, then the world is not open to you. For example, how can you teach physics, chemistry, astronomy, and large number of scientific subjects? Even medicine in any Indian language. These languages haven't developed for that purpose, unfortunately. So I think that in India it is extremely important to learn English. It doesn't mean that you don't learn your mother tongue. By all means learn it. And we respect a great deal our mother tongues and our regional languages in the country. But you have to be proficient in English. No getting away from it. The medium of instruction, if it is in English, it's much better for you to follow up your career. No matter what subject you decide, specialize. So it needs a two-language formula, English and mother tongue. You need to be proficient in both in English and in mother tongue. But your medium of instruction, I think the advantage, English has an advantage. There's no doubting that. So if you wish you can have your mother tongue as the medium of instruction, with a clear understanding that many things in the future are part of it. After all over the world, even in Japan and China, English is now compulsory. And if you go to many countries like Germany, everybody speaks English in Germany. Because they're taught right from the very childhood. And that's one of the reasons why Germany has progressed so much in international trade, in international business. In Japan now, everybody is learning English. So why should we lose the advantage that we have? You know, the fact that here many of us speak English, 5% of the population proficient in English, it's a great advantage for India.
But at present, Japan and China are developed countries, no, sir?
Yes, they are. In fact, they are developed countries, therefore they don't need English so much as we need. Because their language is developed to take care of subjects like science subjects. Our languages are not developed to that extent. There is very good literature in our languages, but where are the science books in our languages? Unlike Japanese or German.
With your permission, may I add something to what you said? See, according to the Cambridge University research, they have been doing research for last 100 years in Africa, in East Asia, South Asia, and also Professor Gokar Committee on Education. It is found that a child of 5 to 11 to 12 years, they can learn as many as 5 languages. So I don't know where is this confusion of mother tongue. We are not saying that. Personally, I feel mother tongue should be there. At the same time, teach English. I mean, for example, myself, I have studied up to intermediate Telugu medium. Only one subject in the examinations. But how? Though I may not be speaking Cambridge, Oxford English, but reasonably I am able to communicate. So I don't think there should be any kind of controversy of this one on the medium of instruction. As far as I am clear, and the research says that 5 languages child can pick up. This is absolutely. It's only question how you create that environment, how you teach the child. That is important.
మీరు ఎక్సెప్షన్ కావచ్చు కానీ
Sir, we will discuss later.
వాటెవర్ ఇట్ మే బి మీరు అన్నారు కదా నేను ఇన్ని లాంగ్వేజ్ తెలుగు మీడియం దగ్గర వచ్చి మీరు కొత్త ప్రత్యేకత కలిగి శ్రద్ధ కలిగి కామన్గా మిగతా వాళ్ళందరికీ ఏంటంటే
వీళ్ళంతా సార్ ఇక్కడ ఉన్న దాదాపు 70% అదే
ఎవరున్నా
Sir, we'll discuss that later. Please let Bhargava sir.
భార్గవ పోనీయండి, కానీ మీరు చెప్పే మాట తప్పు అంటే
Okay, sir, maybe I'll accept, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, Upendra Reddy, last question.
You learned English as a subject.
Yeah.
Subject,
In
yeah.
school, didn't you?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
That's important.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's one of the.
One of the subjects.
Yeah, Professor Upendra Reddy, last question, please.
Okay, now there is a great debate on this medium of instruction. Now, government is contemplating to introduce English as a medium of instruction from class 1 onwards. So, international research also shows that child first learn in mother tongue, later on they can transfer to any other language. Any number of language he can learn, provided he is master in the mother tongue. But many governments now not actually taking this into consideration, and so many English medium schools also flourishing. And considering language is the being the important subject to for conceptual clarity, then other subjects also. So at what level actually it doesn't work if you say two subjects. One is learning as a subject, the other is the medium of instruction. Medium of instruction will have an added advantage for learning. So what you suggest, whether you suggest English as a medium of instruction from class 1 and Telugu as a subject, or to certain extent the mother tongue will be essential so that he can go other languages as we did. We did after intermediate mother tongue, we are good otherwise.
It's a very, very good question. What I would suggest is that there should be both options available. English as a medium of instruction, mother tongue as a medium of instruction. But I think as we go up higher levels, before I come into that, one other point, that when mother tongue is a medium of instruction, English must be taught as a subject. And where English is the medium of instruction, mother tongue must be taught as a subject. That's important. But when you go to higher level, for example, at the university level, then I think English has to be the medium of instruction. But if you have had English as a subject, then there should no problem for you to shift to English as a mother, as medium of instruction at the higher levels. So that's the answer to your question, and I think it's perfectly working.
Just one thing, but here, even in RTE also, even the Act says that as far as possible, mother tongue can be used, but actually it is not happening. Everybody